Well, Donald Trump has just issued an ultimatum to Hamas. Hamas must accept the Trump deal by 6 p.m. Sunday Eastern Time. Otherwise, quote, all hell like no one has ever seen before will break out against Hamas, which sounds like a license to keep killing for Israel. Now, what's fascinating about this is there have been a lot of people who are Trump disciples who are shilling this deal as the greatest deal ever, the greatest thing Trump has ever done. And we've got to review the Truth Social post around this greatest ever deal. But there has been nobody that I've seen be able to shill this deal more than our very own Jewish shill, Ben Shapiro. I think it's because it's a deal that is so favorable to Israel, and Ben Shapiro is clearly YouTube's resident Jewish, promoter, that we literally have no criticism from Ben Shapiro. He spent an hour and 5 minutes shilling what is a complete joke. Now, let me be real about this. This deal would be fantastic for Israel. It would also be fantastic to stop the death in Gaza. But it's a deal that has not been negotiated at all with Hamas. This would be literally like me saying, hey, we've got a deal to buy the apartment complex across the street. We got a 30% discount on it. We got all the repairs we wanted, and we have the best ROI for our investors ever seen before. It's such a good deal. I deserve the Nobel Prize of wedge deals on real estate. Now, I haven't talked to the seller of the apartment complex yet, and people in the area, I think that the sellers of the apartment complex are going to like the deal. I don't know. They haven't said as much, but I think. And so this is a great deal, and I'm happy to be announcing this great deal. That is almost verbatim what Donald Trump said of the Israel deal. If you play back the actual footage of the Bibi presentation and Trump presentation, Trump literally says, I haven't talked to Hamas. I hear that Hamas might like the deal, although, Middle Eastern partners haven't said that. But I think they'll like the deal. It is the most unilateral announcement of a nothing burger. That's why it's no surprise Bibi choked when it came time for Donald Trump to say, "Hey, I don't think we should take questions, but I don't know unless Bibi, you think we should take questions." And then it's like, yeah, like it's so dumb, this deal. And I'm gonna look at this because this is gonna mean more killing, this Truth Social post, in just a moment. But I'm not here to be anti-Jew or pro-Jew or this, that, or whatever. I love all people. I just don't want people to die. I don't care what your race, religion. I don't care about any of that crap. What I care about is bullshit. And I'm gonna call bullshit. Like, look at this. I mean, this was when the question was asked, right? Watch this. What do you think about us taking a question on this bullshit historical peace deal we have?
Perhaps a friendly Israeli reporter, if there's such a thing.
I'll take your instinct on that one. It was crazy. So anyway, let's look at this Truth Social post here for a moment. So the Truth Social post from Donnie T here is, Hamas has been a ruthless and a violent threat for many years in the Middle East. They have killed and made lives unbearably miserable, culminating with the October 7th massacre. In Israel, babies, women, children, old people, many. I mean, there's no disputing this. October 7th was absolutely a terrible attack. And Hamas is a terrorist organization, right? But the amount of killing that seems indiscriminate in Gaza is also horrible. The suggestion that one child has been killed every single hour over the last 2 years in Gaza really disturbs me, especially as a Data 7. As retribution for the October 7th attack on civilization, more than 25,000 Hamas soldiers have already been killed. Most of them, the rest are surrounded and their military is trapped, just waiting for me to give the word go, for their lives to be quickly extinguished. The amount of Gazans that are about to die as collateral damage here is going to be, in my opinion, very devastating. Keep in mind, Donald Trump is running full flack for Bibi and the Israelis. I don't know if it's because of the connections to the Israeli community, possibly. Jared Kushner, obviously very involved with the Jewish community. Look, we just had Yom Kippur. I'm a big fan of the Jewish community. I've got no problem with the Jewish community. But I do find it very interesting that when Microsoft says, hey, we're going to disable your Azure service, Israel, because you're spying on, Gazans, civilians, and you're storing location data and cell phone tracking data or whatever, it's not Israel that lashes out against Microsoft. It's Donald Trump who lashes out and says the director of foreign policy at Microsoft should be fired. All right. So, as for the rest, we know where and who you are. You will be hunted down and killed. I'm asking that all innocent Palestinians immediately leave this area. How? You can't. Egypt doesn't take you. The border's closed. Israel's not going to take you. Where are you going to go? To a refugee camp? Or to a hospital? Or to a school? Oh, those are great places to go. Oh, wait, those are also exactly the places that keep getting bombed by Israel. I'm asking that all innocent Palestinians immediately leave. Where the hell are they going to go, bro? It's not like you can just pack your bags. You don't even have bags anymore. This is so wrong. Everyone will be well cared for by those that are waiting to help. This is bullshit too. Fortunately for Hamas, however, they will be given one last chance. Great, powerful, and very rich nations of the Middle East and the surrounding area and beyond, together with the United States of America, have agreed with Israel on signing a peace after 3,000 years in the Middle East. The deal spares the lives of the remaining Hamas fighters. Again, we have made a deal with everybody but the parties of the deal. Like, this is crazy. The amount of gaslighting here is insane. And then, again, I think, Ben Shapiro often has great takes, but I can't listen to his takes on Israel anymore because he's not going to say one damn neutral thing. Certainly not critical. And, I don't care who you are. Everybody's got something to criticize. I got a whole lot of subject matter to criticize right here. But anyway, enough about me. The details of the document are well known to the world. And it is a great one for all. We will have peace in the Middle East, one way or another. The violence and bloodshed will stop. Release the hostages. Oh, I thought that said release the Epstein files. All of them. Yes, all of them. Including the bodies of those that are now dead. Now. An agreement must be reached with Hamas by 6 p.m. DC time. Every country has signed on. Well, no, it's not true. I mean, remember, Donald Trump also shilled this idea that, Iran is a fan of the Abraham Accords, or as he likes to say, the Abraham Accords, because it sounds better. And I'm like, no, they haven't. Iran hates the Abraham Accords. They think the Palestinians are getting ripped off by the United States. If this last chance agreement is not reached, all hell like no one has ever seen before will break out against Hamas. There will be peace in the Middle East one way or the other. This almost suggests that the full strength of the U.S. military is going to be, coming in here to help Israel go, quote unquote, mop up, which was a word the Israelis have used before, the situation in Gaza. So it's wild. So now, I mean, this deal to me is wild. What's happening to the Palestinians is borderline genocide. I understand that there's a lot of targeting for Hamas fighters. And of course, if you're a Hamas terrorist, eradicating you is understandable. And of course, there's going to be some collateral damage. But what we're seeing in Palestine is almost borderline indiscriminate leveling of a civilization under the guise of fighting terror. So it's no surprise you end up radicalizing more people. And so, then obviously the targeting of I think we had 6 Al Jazeera reporters. Scary. For now, you're also killing the free press in Gaza. So I don't know. It's scary to me. It's all wild, and I think that there is a lack of sort of balance, unfortunately, coming from the administration, the Trump administration, because this is like all in, and it's going to be devastating for the people of Palestine, and so we'll see where it goes from here. But you know what I say? You could always get life insurance in as little as 5 minutes by going to meetkevin.com/life. That is a paid sponsor of the channel, meetkevin.com/life. And you can Apple Pay, Android Pay for it. It takes as little as 5 minutes to sign up, and you get term life pretty rapidly.
Why not advertise these things that you told us here? I feel like nobody else knows about this.
We'll try a little advertising and see how it goes.
Congratulations, man. You have done so much. People love you. People look up to you.
Kevin Paffrath there, financial analyst and YouTuber. Meet Kevin. Always great to get your take.